Man, have I been busy for the past 2 or 3 weeks. The wonderful adventure with Chris Angeles and her sister Alex in the past couple of weeks has been actually a total blast, and have really enjoyed that. I have not done. I don't think we've done a big interview for probably a couple of weeks, and that is over. We've got Olivia Ty next week, next Wednesday, and I think we're going to run a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday schedule for now. So at least I have a couple of days to produce stuff and stuff. So that is what we're going to do. Hold on a second here. Let's see. Try to reach out to a couple of people. And I can't do two things at once, so but I can do it from here. So hang on one second. All right, so we have share this link, copy link, Instagram, messages. All right, see if we can get people to come say hi as I scroll through. Oh, use Instagram app to see this type of message, a disappearing message. I guess they're like, what is that? Signal app, I think. All right. Georgia's here. Don't need to text her. Lori'd be fun. See if we can get some folks to show up. Never done this before, so bear with me just a bit, ladies and gentlemen. I heard Georgia laugh there in the background, so let me get her out here. Because she is the main event, the big deal, the why we are here. And what's up?
Hello, what's up?
Hey, nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
I'm good. I'm excited to have you on the show. I think we've known each other for all of, which is usually the case, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe. Mm-hmm. But you were on my, I have to reach out to her radar for a lot longer than that. So I'm glad I was able to, I'm glad you answered my DM. I'm sure I probably DM'd you on Instagram was how we met. So,
Yep.
Yeah. And like, I was like, I don't know, like I've been doing a lot of these country and folk singers and Americana people, and it's a lot of fun. But like, she's kind of got a bit of a, like a hard edge, like, she's kind of tough. So I don't know if I'll be able to get through to her. She's kind of a bit of a badass. So, I was like, I don't, she might be like way too cool to even answer her own IG, So I'm glad you did.
I'm glad I put that out there. I'm glad that's the facade that I have.
That's funny. I was just reading something today about that, the facade of things like this, live streaming and things like that. Like, how much are you your authentic self, or how much of you are totally a character? And both would be acceptable. You know what I mean? And Well, you and I were talking about this too. Oh, Lucy Lee, thank you for the high award. The um, we were talking about it in the context of I can't quite remember, but that's usually what happens with me is we're supposed to be doing one thing and we have conversation about other stuff. But yeah, I can't even remember the context, but we're here, we're together. You are a badass. You've got a
I like
great,
it so.
yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I don't know if your parents will see this, but you did, you raised, I mean, I don't know if I want to meet your parents because, they might be really tough. So, yo, it's fine. I'm just like you, I'm just a regular guy. So we're here, we're going to hear some tunes and we're going to have some fun. You have a new album that is like, it's like pressed and cleaned and tucked in the sleeves. It just needs to be shipped out more or less, right?
Yeah, pretty much. All the recording is done. I mean, it's not pressed, so that's I got to do
Right.
artwork.
Right.
But no,
Right.
I know what you mean. Like as far as the music, all done. So it's
Right.
just the behind the scenes, all the bows and whistles need to be put on it. But yeah, as far as the the actual music is done.
Is this your first, what I would say, album release? I mean, this is an almost three albums by records by the old days standard.
Yeah,
Probably this would be about a 3 record deal.
it's my first LP. I released an EP in 2016 with
Hmm.
5 songs, and then I released another song in 2018 with a friend. It was a co-write. So this is my first solo project LP.
So where are you in the world? Where are you?
I am in Los Angeles.
In LA. Are you from LA?
Nope, I am from Connecticut, so kind of the opposite side of the
Uh-huh.
country.
Opposite side of the country for sure.
Yep.
And you've been in LA, if I remember right, about 6 years.
Yep. 6 years.
And so, do you love LA?
Yeah, it's definitely different than Connecticut. It took an adjustment period for sure, but I do really like it out here. I mean, I've heard it's super cold in Connecticut still, and it's the middle of May,
It's
so
been cold in Chicago. I'm wearing a
yeah,
damn jacket in my house.
yeah. So I mean, it's everyone says it, but it's true. The weather is unbeatable. So uh,
Yeah, it's tough. I love LA. It's on my list. It's always been on my list to retire there, but um, I want to be there within a couple of years. In fact, the phone number for my text line for folks is a LA number because I'm like,
oh yeah,
that
310, right?
yeah, 310.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna go meet up with that number eventually. So that is the plan. And honestly, with the way that I've been, working so much with actors and directors and musicians, and a lot of the musicians are in LA. It would be great once we can start doing something in the studio, where you could play
Yeah.
out and, we could be together and stuff. So, I'm really looking forward, to doing that. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. And I think it'll be a different experience to have, even still on this platform, but, people live together because that's an even better dynamic. So that'll be fun. So you love LA. You're a, what would you, how would you classify your music? Let's see. I would maybe.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
hear your thoughts.
yeah, I think um, not having finished your entire album yet, but having heard a pretty good mix and your other songs too, I would, because I don't know, for me at 55, maybe it's just this way, but I don't think it is. When I was in my late teens, popped collars, pink izods, and green Izod sweaters, the preppy look.
Mm-hmm.
It was the preppy look. It didn't, it's come back, but I mean, it wasn't a preppy look. You were a preppy.
Right.
And
Right.
so that has a lot of kind of connotations of a certain period of time, and where I could classify music like really back then there was rock, there was disco, there was punk, there was country, and then you did have hair metal and stuff like that, but it
Mm-hmm.
was all kind of under the guise, or the it was all located within what would be rock and roll, right? All of
Right.
those things. And then hip hop was coming around in the late 70s, and then in the early 80s you had like the Sugar Hill Gang and these kind of folks doing the first kind of, so I remember those early rap days. And so with your music, like I would probably see you open for like Joan Jett. I could see
That would
you
be
open.
awesome.
What's that?
That would be awesome.
She still plays. I think she still plays out. So maybe if
Yeah.
she's watching,
I think
um,
it's funny that you say that because I feel like I know a group, like not very well, but I know them. They're kind of in like the same circle of people that I know in LA that opened for her or played a show with her. So yeah,
cool.
she definitely is still playing.
Yeah, and Chrissy Hind from the Pretenders.
Yes,
Because
love that.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that in your music. That brand of rock influence you. The How old are your parents?
My parents are almost 60.
Okay, so they're older than me. So that means they're probably like lost in love. They're a little in the 70s, and I'm a little more 80s. So,
My mom really likes Talking Heads.
okay. All right. Well, there you go. Well, that's late 70s ish. So, yeah. All right. So, Talking Heads. So, what did you listen to in the house? Did your parents play music? Did you play music?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
Kizzy.
I listened to the Beatles. They had kind of just like, I mean, I listened to a lot of Disney tapes,
Uh
which,
huh.
you know, Disney has some
Good
great.
Lord. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Oh, okay. Well, I shouldn't have asked. It's not my place to ask. But the reason I
I
said it
really don't
was
care.
like, even at 30, yeah, you could be thoroughly versed in that Disney stuff, because
Oh, yeah.
considering VHS, that stuff has been out a long time. See, so yeah, I was, stoned, bored dad watching Disney with my daughter's kids because I was supervising or whatever. So I'm not, big on I like Disney. It's fun, but I can't sing all the words. So, so that then puts you in the era of, and I don't know if my executive producer is watching or not right now, but she would be, she's in that same age range as you are. And that would mean then you watched a lot of Disney Channel stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I didn't watch a lot of Disney Channel because we didn't have cable when I was a kid growing
Uh
up.
huh.
So I watched a lot of Arthur and like PBS shows.
He was a big
Carlos,
musical
Prankster.
influence.
Yeah, so those are really
Aardvark.
cute. Barney was probably my
Barney.
first
Uh huh.
musical
I can see
influence.
that in your
My mom
work.
said that I would be mesmerized by Barney, just like
Uh huh.
stand in front of the TV and sing along. So
I
whenever,
like it. Okay. All right. All right. So you were destined to be a singer.
yeah, I think so. My mom said that she used to sing to me when she was pregnant with me. So that's really sweet. And then I'm also named Georgia after a song by John Hyatt called Georgia Ray. So yes,
Oh,
I think it's
gotcha.
very much, I don't know, maybe it is my destiny.
Yeah. Well, then somebody in the house like John Hyatt, and I can definitely see that kind of musical influence in your music. So what I think we
Mhm.
should do is we've been on for 15 minutes and we should be playing a song every 10. So, what are we going to play?
So I'm going to play Baby Blue. That's, I've released this song back in November, and I feel like with what we've been talking about, I feel like this has that kind of like storyteller, but also a little bit of rock. Obviously, I'm going to play the acoustic version, so it's going to sound a little bit more singer-songwriter. But if you hear the one that's out on Spotify and all that, you'll hear the more
the one that's produced in that
rock
style.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I like your versatility and being able, to do both. And Jeremy, great. Subscribing to Georgia.
Thank you.
And folks, get out there on her Instagram. I think the big thing with musicians right now is just figuring out how to connect with everybody and bring people in. It looks like maybe you have a friend out there in the chat.
Figured it out.
Is that who we were talking about? Trying to get in?
I was trying to get her in. So
wow, Nicolette, you jumped through some hoops to come see your friend. That is awesome. That is very awesome.
She's awesome.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, so now it's like 16 minutes. So let's get this marvelous woman singing for us, and she does indeed look beautiful, Nicolette, and she's gonna rock us all here for a few minutes. Have some fun. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
All right, this is Baby Blue. When you were a little kid, you had the most ridiculous ideas, but you didn't care. Still you kept swimming along like a strange fish in a small pond, but what you needed was air. So you knew you had to go to where you could lay your legs roll and take you far away. Found yourself in a place that kinda seems like outer space. In any moment, you might fall astray. Oh, there's something the woods is still coming for you. When I landed on the moon to see it from his point of view, I felt so alone. He said it's no better here, so I let myself one more tear and bent my knees and pushed towards home. As I flew among the stars, the moon said something familiar. Wherever you go, there you are. Now I know the blue I see is really what's inside of me. Every shade, every color. Hold on to something, the woods is still coming for you. Deep in the dark in your heart, you know that it's true. Hold on to something, the worst is still coming for you. Deep in the dark in your heart, my baby blue. And no, yeah, oh, it's always
Holy shit, that was good.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you
Damn.
so much.
That's very good. I think I am still on Instagram Live here. So people can, join us. I think I'll do next time is I got to get the audio wired in and I'll leave that. So then when you're singing,
Oh,
people can hear it. That'd be fun. All
yeah.
right. But let's see. Hold on. I'm going to use my fancy cup holder. Cup. Will that work? No. All right. We'll figure this out next time. So,
Thank
um,
you for that.
yeah, your music was enjoyed out there. It's got to be a lot of fun to play out when it's your song, when you wrote it. And I think we were talking about this a little bit. So much of this music, I don't know how much you want to talk about the overall theme of your record that's coming out, or album, but where's that song come from in your head?
So that song I actually wrote. I think that's the oldest song on the record. It's kind of what started the whole album. Is I just knew that this was a good song. It came from a really honest place, kind of a sad place. Obviously, Baby Blue is blue represents sadness, and I even say that in part of the song. But there's also this. It's kind of like this light at the end of the tunnel. Even though I'm saying the worst is still coming for you, there is this sense of like triumph, and that even though you can't predict the future, and you can never guarantee that you've got all your bad days behind you. You still keep going, and that's kind
Mm-hmm.
of the message of the song. And I hope that like when people, it's just very emotional. I was just feeling very, I think being in LA, like just going for it, pursuing your dream, you're trying so hard, and you make one little step and you think, oh yeah, okay, awesome, but then it's another step backwards, and but you can't give up. And so that's kind of what that song is about.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just trying to bring more people to the show. I'm listening to what George is saying because I'll get complaints like, "How come you look down the whole time?" Because I can hear with my ears and push buttons, kind of. So, what's the most fun thing about being a musician? Oh, Demetra knows you as well. And
Yeah,
that says that song heals me every time I listen. Look at that.
yeah,
Two fans here. I'm digging this. This is awesome.
I know.
Wow.
Two really good friends
Two
over
good
here. Thank you
friends.
guys for tuning in. Like it really, I have gotten a lot of great feedback from Baby Blue, and I think, and I know it's genuine, and that really, is awesome, because that song, it does come from such a personal place, and when I hear that other people, it like hits, their hearts. That makes
Hmm.
everything, like that's kind of why we do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of why we do it. Can you remember how old you were when you wrote what I guess would be considered a constructed song, a complete song?
Um, I feel like I still remember the song that I wrote in elementary school. Like, I kind of, it went like, it's like, it's so bad, but this is how it went. I was like, my life is going up and down. I reach for the stars, but I fall to the ground, fall to the ground, fall to the ground. Do 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 do. And I might have ripped it off from something because it
Hmm.
sounds pretty familiar.
Sounds vaguely familiar, maybe, you know?
But I remember like just that was something. And then I wrote a song in sixth grade for some like school project that was like, what is courage to you? And, I don't even want to repeat that one because it's so corny.
Hmm.
And then eighth grade, I wrote a song, and my music teacher at the time helped me get a band together, and we performed at the middle school talent show. And that was when Avril Lavigne was like the big thing. So we all,
Hmm.
like, me and my two friends, we wore like pink ties and, looked like we were like punk rockers. So, and we won the talent show. So I feel like that was kind of like the first real like taste of, oh man, I really like
Oh,
this, and
you
apparently I'm good
won
at
it,
it.
huh?
Yeah.
The talent show. Was middle school?
This was
How
middle
many?
school.
And these were everybody in your middle school then would have known you won this thing.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm
I
sure
mean,
that
I'm just saying,
for me.
when you're walking down the halls on Monday after winning the talent show, it's kind of like, yeah, yeah, whatever. Hey,
Well,
yeah,
yeah, it's like, yeah,
sure.
whatever, because, in middle school, it's not really cool. It's so funny because it's not cool really to be a musician because you're kind of a nerd, and then all these
Hmm.
people grow up to be rock stars, and I wasn't even nerdy enough. Like, I wasn't even enough of a nerdy musician. Otherwise, it'd be like, I feel like light years better than I am now. But
Hmm.
but it's just so funny because then those guys are like, sex idols when they were the freaking nerds in middle
I
school.
know. I know all that's the way they it always works out. I keep telling the executive producer, you know, all those guys on Chicago Fire, they were just geeky nobodies in high
Mhm,
school, okay?
mhm.
Geeky nobodies in all likelihood, and nobody paid attention to them. So stop paying attention to them now. But they're hot. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, you know, but yeah, the theater the when I was in school, like the theater kids would all be doing their thing. The good thing about the theater kids and the music kids was they had weed though too, So I could because I was on the football team, I was class president, so I was able to run around in every circle because I had enough popularity to win. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, I like the theater kids, for their weed and their parents would let them have a party because they were just
They're
more
all like
trustworthy
hippies.
that way. Yeah, but they would have great parties too that their parents wouldn't have been happy about either. So yeah, I remember those days a lot. So you got the taste uh, basically in middle school, and I don't usually go back this far with people, but this is one, this is fun to do it this way, and two, I really feel like you're kind of at this launch point. So the next big thing, from middle school to your first going to LA, like how'd you make that decision?
Going to LA. So that's kind of a crazy story too. I was working in Newport, Rhode Island. That's where I went to school, to college, and I had a job there. And I worked in HR for the Navy, and
HR for the
yeah,
Navy, yeah.
yeah, I truly hated it.
Hmm.
Obviously, like
Shocked, I'm
what I'm doing
shocked.
now, like probably the opposite of what I'm doing now is what I did right out of
Hmm.
college. And I, I was thinking about possibly moving to Nashville or moving to New York, like just quitting and, just doing it because I'm like, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. I'm young. I have kind of nothing to lose at this point. But I just kind of randomly got an opportunity to go to LA. I had some connections there and just was like, all right, just decided like LA's the place, and then quit my job. It was so funny because, my coworkers didn't really know I was into music or wrote songs or anything. And I remember I told one of my coworkers, I'm like, she's like heard through the grapevine that I was resigning, and she's like, I heard you're leaving us. I was like, yeah, I'm moving to LA to pursue music. And she just looked at me. She was like she thought I was kidding, and I was
Right.
being completely serious. So, but yeah, that's what I did, and I think it didn't really work out the way that I thought it would. I don't even really have any connection to the people I was originally like working with.
Who's
But
that?
what?
Who's that in the chat?
Oh, that's my sister. She came with me. She, hi Lily. Lily actually she came with me my very first trip out to LA. Like when I moved there, she came with
Uh-huh.
me. So yeah, we just kind of were like, what the fuck is this place? Because we went straight to Hollywood and we're like,
Uh-huh. It's
going
not what you think.
no, it is not. Hollywood is. Don't go there. Don't
You
go
only
there.
go to Hollywood once. You don't
Oh,
want to go back.
oh my God. We're just like, what? This is what? Like so confused. But it was an experience that I, love, and it made me stronger. To kind of
Hmm.
have the veil. I thought I had like a golden ticket to success and fame, and clearly not. But I think it made me a better musician, wiser person, all around, just better.
Well, I have had a run of what I call um, really wonderful interviews with working professionals. So, in music, in film, in theater, all people that you may have seen something that they worked on or um, have some relationship in that they've done some commercials or whatever, but you don't know their names
Hmm.
per se, but they all make a living. And I
Yeah.
think one of the things when we met, because I'm constantly trying to either not get involved with the lives of the people that I meet, their professional life, because I can only take on so much, and people are like, okay, who are you and why are you trying to help me determine my future? And I'm like, because this is what I do for a day job, and I'd like to use those skills, to help you. But that said, what I really liked when I started to get to know you is that I think you're at that place where you can get to the selling enough records that I mean, you're not going to live in the Taj Mahal, but you can pay back your recording, your studio time and production and all that stuff, and have enough money to eat, some ramen at least, and pay your
I hope
rent.
more than ramen.
What?
I hope more than ramen.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
No,
you'll grow, but I
totally.
really think you're at that turning point of where you really need to be is where a lot of really good artists are. And I think where they get stuck and is that you get to the point and you're actually not there yet, which is good. Um, but you don't want to get there in some ways. What happens is you get to the point where even with the nonprofit that I've been involved with for years, you can't be the CEO and the singer.
Hmm.
You you
Yeah, you need
can't
a
be
team.
the singer and the manager and the roadie and the mix down person and you
Right, that's
know
why
uh,
those jobs exist. It's not.
mhm, mhm.
You need a team, and yeah, once you get to a certain level, yeah, it's good to have that team. There's obviously compromises, of course. The same with like once you get signed, like there's always going to be, and I think that's something that I'm very aware of and have a very realistic and um, yeah, just not rose-colored glasses view with because
Mhm.
I had, like I said, like my opportunity to get to LA, I thought was going to be like, oh, fuck, this is going to be so easy now, and it wasn't. It was I like lost a lot of freedom. I felt, I had to answer to these people that really didn't have my best interests in mind, and so now I kind of just am very. I take the good with the bad. and there's going to be good with the bad in every situation. Hopefully it gets better, like you get more good, and like I want to be comfortable and like not have to work at a restaurant anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I still enjoy. I like working at a restaurant. Like I'm still enjoying my life. I'm not like, oh, I can't wait till I get to here. My life's gonna be so much better. It's like, no, life is what you make of it now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you're chasing the dream. It's got to be fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. It is. You got to have fun doing it. Otherwise, don't do it at
Yeah.
all.
Eat your fucking hash browns, lady. I'm having a good time. Okay. Tip me, please. Let's play a song. What are you going to do?
Should I play GOMD? I think I should.
Oh, yes. And for those of you playing at home, that is, I asked the executive producer, I'm like, honey, GOMD. She's like, oh, I'm good with those things. And she's like, oh, get off my dick. I'm like, you got it. You know what I mean? She's like, wow, see, I told you I was good.
Yeah.
Get off my dick. It is a phrase that I actually hadn't heard, which is pretty rare because I'm pretty social media-ized. Look, I mean, I'm not, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah,
It's the name of the song. So let's talk about it. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so first of all, I really like the song GOMD by J. Cole, where he actually says, get off my dick. And I wrote it kind of like to turn the tables. So like I wrote it at a point, it was like very beginning of quarantine. I was in this kind of shitty relationship that, got even shittier. And I think what I was feeling was this guy doesn't even listen to me. He doesn't even respect me. Like I'd be like, I need some space. And it's like men like that, or who he was, don't hear you, don't respect women. And it's like, I have to speak your fucking language. And I have to tell you to get off my dick, because that's the only thing that you really can understand. But the song sounds really fun and poppy.
It is fun and poppy, and I think
a little bit of anger. Yeah,
I think that's your style, Georgia. Is definitely there is more to the song than meets the eye, and it's likely slightly darker than you realized as well, which I love a lot. So yeah, get off my dick, which you don't say in the song.
I don't say.
You don't say in the song, and it would be out of place in the song. But I mean, but it works. It works really well as a title, and I really like it. I think it's very explanatory. And hey, so Darian and I, so let's talk about a possible music video after the song.
Let's do it. All right. This is the song.
All right.
2, 3, 4. It's been a little while, but you don't know me like you think you do. Oh, yeah, you make me smile, but I need time alone for missing you. Oh, you wanna show me love, but when I've had enough, it's suffocating, baby. Get off my back, I was talking to somebody else. Take a step back and don't worry, and I'll let you stay. I don't know why you have such an interest in me when it's none of your business. GOMD, and I'll point somebody else. Oh, why can't we have a life without bringing up the past again? You've gotta analyze. I've got tears in my eyes, I'm sick on crying. I wanna tell you, baby, I love you with a little room to make mistakes. Get off my back, I was talking to somebody else. Take a step back, and don't worry, and I'll just stay. like we were in love. You had a little crush on me. I don't have a crush on you. That happened. Get off my back. I was talking to somebody else. Take a step back. It's the way, and I'll bet yourself. Don't know why you're such an interest in me when it's none of your business. Get off my back. I was talking to somebody else. Take a step back. It's don't worry, and I'll bet yourself. I don't know why you're such an interest in me when it's none of your business. GOMD, and I'm born to somebody
Well, hello. I have to say that is probably my favorite song.
Oh,
But
thank you.
I'm not always. It's probably the one that's in my head the most because I try not to pick favorites, but the first one you opened with too, I like that one a lot. So it's hard to choose. But I like your style. And like I said, you're in kind of singer songwriter mode, but hold on a second. Let's see. What can I find about you on Instagram? I hope there's nothing that I shouldn't find,
I
but
don't
I
have
think
any. Somebody asked if I have any connection to the state, so I don't. I have no connection to the state of Georgia other than my name is the same.
let's see. Yeah. What was I looking
Thanks,
for?
Anitra. Yeah, I would say that one is very poppy in the sense that the melody is just catchy and it will stick in your head for sure.
Yeah, it definitely sticks in your head for sure. Let's see. How do I? Oh, I know. I could do it this way. Give me 1 second. La da da da. Where is, ladies and gentlemen? Could somebody? We're looking for volunteers to push these buttons for me. Okay, but I can do it because that's going to go right there.
Thank you. Thank you, Kizzy.
So older sister or younger sister?
Younger sister. I'm the oldest, and I have a younger sister and a younger brother who I'm actually going to see tomorrow, going on a trip to go just a little vacation with just the two of them. So I'm super excited. We haven't had like a sibling vacation in a while. So I think
Wow.
since they visited me in LA.
I can dig a vacation from my siblings, but a sibling vacation, I like that. That's cool.
Well, we don't live in the same state, so that's
Right.
why.
That's why that goes down that way. No, I think that's great. I would love to go on vacation, and if I had to take my siblings along, that's fine. Um, I'm way older than my siblings, so we're more like cousins than uh, brothers and stuff, just because of the big age difference. I was long gone out of the house, and oh, why do you do this to me, Apple? Like, really, I can't find this photo. Hang on one more second. I got to do a different way. Then I know where it goes.
To answer John's question, although I
Go
get
ahead.
that question a lot. John asked if I was Greek, but I'm not Greek. Even though, because I know that's a common name in Greece. Actually, my friend Demetra, who's on here, she was almost named Georgia. So we were talking about how good thing she wasn't, because then we probably wouldn't be friends. Because she's a singer songwriter too, and when you have like a unique name, you're always like, why do you have my name? I'm the only one.
I'm the only one. Exactly. So the let's see here. There's a significance to the overall album. I think that kind
Yeah,
of
there we go.
right is based on what
In
you're
the
what
same
you're wearing here. What is it? Is it behind
Yeah,
you too?
this is behind me. Yeah, so the whole album, yes, has an astrology undertone to it. It's not overt or obvious, but it is something that I kind of became a little obsessed with. Is the moon sign your moon sign? So everyone knows their when you're asked what's your sign, everyone's telling you what their sun sign is, and which is good to know. But I just kind of became fascinated with the moon sign because it's supposed to be like your inner self, your emotions, and for me, like the music is my inner self. It's a lot of what I don't say in public or I'm not talking about up front. We all kind of put on a face, and not to say I'm not real, but it's just like it just comes from a deeper place. And so, yeah, so I titled this. The album is called Moon Signs, and I decided I'm going to make it a concept album and have 12 songs to represent each sign. So
Mm.
and then I think that will be like a fun thing for people to be like, oh shit, what's my moon sign? What's my song? What's my Georgia Feroce moon sign song?
I think we talked about this
You know
too.
your moon sign?
Uh, no, I don't.
Probably not.
But we were talking concept album. But so I was born April 25th. What would my moon sign be?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
We need somebody will figure it out for us probably.
Yeah, yeah. We just need to know where you were born and when, and we'll figure it out.
On Earth, is that close enough?
Nope, that's not close enough. We were all born on Earth, except for me, actually.
We just got in a debate about that, the executive producer and I. But I was was born in, oh man, I don't like saying this. Yeah, a mood ring. I had plenty of mood rings actually.
I had a mood ring.
Yeah, those are good. I was born in Lafayette, Indiana. So nobody ever repeat that, please. I just, me and the state of Indiana have nothing in common at all. So,
Fine. That's fine. It doesn't matter. It's just where you were born. It's where the stars and the planets were when you were born, and that's your natal chart.
gotcha. All right. Well, when somebody figures that out, they can let me know. I'm not.
Well, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. Don't worry.
You
I
are.
already have
Okay.
it locked in.
Okay. All right. It's in there. I lived in Muncie once. There's a big prison in Muncie, so I hope not. John? No, I'm just kidding. The you're going to figure it out. Well, I'm not, a believer in astrology, but I think it's a fun thing. So I'm looking forward to having a little bit of fun. Oh, Ball State. Yeah, Ball U.
Yeah, it's a fun thing. I think people could. I don't, dictate my life decisions based on it. I'm not looking at
That's
my
probably good.
every day. Yeah, no, it's. But I think it's kind of like a fun way to look at it and maybe understand yourself because the thing is some of the stuff is general and you could say it's bullshit, or you could be like, well, it's general because it's going to make you think of the thing that you need to think about. It's going to like bring to the surface something that you think is important.
Well, pearls of wisdom are within horoscopes, because if they weren't, people wouldn't, continue to read them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as a strict determinist, as strict as I can be about no free will, then it really doesn't matter whether astrology is real or not, because the universe is being deterministic. Everything that's going to happen happens. So yeah, the astrology is just as valid as anything else. And
Mhm.
all my cosmologist friends and they'd be like, "What the hell are you talking about, man? We're talking like philosophy, you know? I mean, it's have some fun with it. We know that all the planets combined gravitational pull is very little because uh, otherwise we'd be, sucked off the earth or whatever. But we also know that gravity is still quite mysterious in its actions and understanding those things. So, yeah, parallel universes. Anything could be real. So I say have total fun with it, and I
Yeah.
say because I can hear people in the audience in my head. Kind of sounds like a Pink Floyd record. The I can hear people saying, sing, have her sing. She's here to sing. So, yeah, let's give us another one. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna play my own head, and
Well,
because
that's appropriate.
yes, exactly, and talks about how did we get here on Earth? What am I doing here? It's kind of a miracle that I'm even alive. Where did I come from? All that stuff. And these are thoughts I had not high, surprisingly, but just those kind of like high thoughts, I guess.
I love it.
All right, here we go. This is my own head. I'm the life of the party in my own head, where they don't know just how dark it fucking gets. 'Cause I can laugh so hard. Oh yeah, I'll laugh. Oh yeah, I'll laugh to death. Somebody tell me what am I doing here? 'Cause I was just us once floating in the atmosphere. Now I get thoughts that I can put to bed, like trying to comprehend what it'll be like when I'm dead. Somebody tell me what am I doing here? Got it on the tip of my tongue, but my mind is thrown. Blame it on the concussions. I ain't a genius. We'll come back. I've got to come back. But that ship, oh yeah, that ship is sunk. Somebody tell me what am I doing here? 'Cause I was just us once floating in the atmosphere. Now I get thoughts that I can put to bed, like trying to comprehend what it'll be like when I'm dead. Somebody tell me what am I doing here? And this is why I don't smoke weed. I get a little crazy. I don't need much, my mind's fucked up. Stephen King should pay me for my dreams. And this is why I don't smoke weed. I get a little crazy. I don't need much, my mind's fucked up. Stephen King should pay me for my dreams. Somebody tell me what am I doing here? 'Cause I was just us once floating in the atmosphere. Now I get thoughts that I can put to bed, like I still gotta pay my rent and student debt and health insurance. I was baking or get earrings, but I'm just no holy shit and I ain't even famous yet. Somebody tell me what am I doing here? 'Cause I was just us once floating in the atmosphere. party in my own head.
Wow.
That's the one that I was telling you about. How I said I don't
It
slow
is. It is. It is the one you were telling me about. And now I understand my question. Demetra, look at that. A sponsorship. Holy cow. I was just about coming on the
Oh
other
yes,
side of the
thank you for
song.
answering John's question. Yeah, so I say blame it on the concussions, but I like one of the things I really like to do with my songwriting is pronounce words, like put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. I don't know, like I just love to do that, so I do it a few times in
An
this.
idiosyncratic thing there, right? That's cute. I
Mhm.
like that. All right. So we do want to talk about paying some bills. We've been here for an
Yeah,
hour, which is fantastic. We don't have to go away. But what we can do is we can take like 2 minutes, 3 minutes for what we now call on haps because my lovely and wonderful friend, Dr. Dominica McBride, who uh, I do consulting work for, calls them bio breaks. So we can do a little 3 minute bio break. We'll be back. George and I are just gonna come off screen here, and I don't know if we can talk to. I think they can still hear us, but yeah, we'll be back in a couple of 3 minutes. I got to get some more water, and then I want to talk about paying some bills
yeah.
and more about you. So we'll be back. Yeah, wow, just
All
wow,
right, thank you.
exactly.
Yeah, thank you, Kizzy.
We'll see you in a sec, everybody.
Bye. Okay, so can you still hear me over here?
And they can too.
Oh.
You want to? I can call you if you want.
Yeah, I'll mute my
All right, everybody. So we are back, but I wanted to put up these images from your GOMD marketing
Mm-hmm.
um, because it was something that I think we talked about this. I was very, very impressed with because, we need to talk about the music video
Oh
too.
yeah, yeah.
Let's not forget to do that. So I wanted to really talk about this for a minute because I think it just represents you well. This kind of pop undefined era, but feels like could feel like the '90s or the '70s or '80s. I mean, I think that's a lot about style today. You can wear anything. Like when I was talking about being a preppy, you were a preppy. Now, you can wear a popped collar and I don't know, board shorts or whatever. But I mean, it's you kind of anything. But I think there's a very '60s
Yes.
bubblegum-ish, kind of flavor there. And I really like it. And I know you have this vision for your music video that we've talked about. And so what I want to say is we could do it one of two ways. There's a couple of so you're in LA, Darian's in Atlanta, I'm in Chicago. I'm definitely want to be there for the production. So it probably makes more, although I'd like Darian and I to go to LA, and this could still work for the pool. Can we talk about that? Can I say what it is at least? Okay.
For sure, yeah.
So for the pool party, if we were going to do the live pool party, Darian's idea is to save money, is to do what's called a one take, just one shot, one take video. So you sing out the song and move through a defined space, and there'll be actions going on at each space. But right, you're moving through it, and it's one shot. If you do it in 3 takes, it's incredibly cheap. If you do it in 25 takes,
Right.
it's going to cost you time.
Cheap. It could be very
expensive, right? But if you block it, see, the other thing is you can block it out and set it up days in advance and just run it, so without the crew that you need to be there, essentially. Now that still would have a cost to it too, but I think that wouldn't be too bad. I think it would be fun. The other way we talked about is to green screen it, and then with my idea of not being shy about the fact that you didn't have enough budget to do it, so you green screened it. So have some fun with it. And we could do that too. Now we could do that in Atlanta. That would make sense because you would be the only participant per se that we would need, and then we'll get other actors or whatever to do their part for the green screen or come on the day from Atlanta. So could fly you out and do that. What I'd really like to do is the pool party, one take in LA in a one of those 60s style apartment courtyards with the pool that's still decked out like the 60s. So those people know that that's a valuable location to shoot on. So that's going to cost a bunch of money. So that's where some of your money would have to go to, which I think we talked about, was to the location. So, but maybe we can find one in, I don't know, Vegas or something. I mean, we'll figure it out possibly because then
like that.
Yeah, then Darian and I could come out to LA, and the advantage here would be is if you know enough people in LA to be the pool party participants.
Oh yeah, I know people.
Yeah, so that would be great. And then do you have any Hollywood like film, video, television crew connections to anybody? Anybody you worked with or anything?
Like a crew? No, I know.
No, yeah,
Like
anybody that somebody does sound or somebody does something on a movie
yeah,
set.
yeah. I do, of course.
So we could coordinate maybe some crew out
Hmm.
there that would work for lunch. I don't know how many people Darian knows in LA that would crew for us for free. And we want to pay people, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, the thing is, I like that's always kind of come back to bite me is when people do things for free. It's just always gonna, you either
Well,
don't get what you want or people are not happy. It's just
well,
not
the thing is, this is LA, and this would be a music video, and this would be a chance to work with Darian Danjou, and like people will want to do this for free. They
yeah,
they will. It's something that is a tradition in film and stuff out there that doesn't cut across other genres like in music and stuff like that. It is a music video, but still, there'll be people that'll at least do it for a better price just to work with Darian. And so anyway, those are kind of the scenarios that I think
yeah.
we can do. So we just have to not on here, unless somebody wants to drop us a bunch of cash right now.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, yeah. Anyway,
um, we got to start talking, what's conceivable money wise. So, yeah, but I mean, I, I think we
I love the
can,
pool party idea.
yeah, well, you have a really good idea, and I think we can do it. It's just a matter of pulling it off and, getting, the best product that we can get because and sooner rather than later because that's a summer song. You know what I mean? Now that's the other thing too. And I know you want to get going and I'm gotten off on this esoteric stuff here a little
Oh
bit,
no,
but
no, no worries.
the I was listening to the Weekend, what is that song? I can hear it in my head. It's like da 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 da. Anyway, it's not
Oh,
as
dun, dun, dun. Yeah, yeah,
so. Yeah, it.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was listening to that last summer when I was riding my bike on like one of the Spotify hip hop rap channels.
Mhm.
So it had been around for a year before it kind of took off a few months
Oh,
ago. So even if we were to launch this music video, it could be 3 summers from now that it could hit because
honestly, yeah.
it's going to be if we shoot it the way that I'm sure you envision, it'll be good for 100 years because it's going to be looking like a different era anyway. So,
Right, it's gonna
um,
be
yeah. So that
no.
I think because that's the other thing too when you're thinking blinding lights. Thank you, Demetria.
Yes.
That is another thing to consider because like watermelon sugar like that I mean watermelon sugar is not like complicated song. I'm not saying it's easy to write a hit, but I mean it's a pretty simple song, pretty simple premise. I don't think there's a
Simple
ton
is harder than it's funny, like simple is not simple.
just like making a commercial. No, I'm
Right.
not at all like
No, I
begrudging him his song, but what I mean is it's just simple and poppy and fun, and it just kind of blew open in summer, and I think it was kind of the late summer hit.
mhm.
Um, and I think you have that kind of summer hit with this song, and you've got that that kind of darker side of you with the whole album. So I think
Really.
man, that pool party could be I could see some cool shit in that pool party
I know,
coming from
I
your
really want that
head.
to happen. Let's
Yeah.
make it
Yeah.
happen.
Well, we know what it cost to mix down your stuff and it won't be that much, but yeah, oh, it'd be great if it were that much in terms of being able to afford it. But I
Yeah.
mean, we've got to find a way to get you a music video out there that's good, because it's hard to not have, a music video. So yeah, we'll talk more about it for
Yeah,
sure.
we definitely
Um,
should.
and um, if we do the video, we will, we'll promote you for at least a week on this platform too. So on all the programs and everything. So, and have you come back as a guest host on the Film Fest show and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, we'll talk about that. So then quickly, because you said you're going on the family vacation,
Yeah.
the sibling vacation,
Yep.
and I guess I'm not shocked that you're a procrastinator, because you and I really get along well, and I'm a procrastinator. So I think procrastinators, like other procrastinators, we like
Yeah.
find each other and never get anything done.
I know. Well, yeah, and that saying that's like works well under pressure.
Yes.
Yeah, for me, it's just works under pressure. Like
Yeah.
I'm not working unless it's under pressure.
Me too. Me too. Me too. Yeah. The last big project I worked on was about 24 hours worth of work. And I'm like, okay, that's good. I got 24 hours. Let's get going.
Yep. Yep.
And I did it.
Yeah,
I
right.
fucking did it, and that was probably one of the longest ones I've done like that. Usually it's, 3 or 4 hours the night before, but yeah, that was a full 24. And that was like, 24 weeks or 24 hours. I like
Mhm.
the 24-hour idea. And I'll tell you, the last 6 hours, that's when I'm at my best anyway,
Right.
you
I
know,
agree.
right? And then like hour 22, when you throw everything the fuck away and then put it together, and you're like, that's it, right fucking there,
Yeah,
right there,
the adrenaline rush and everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I had this thing happen to my colleague a couple of times, and it was happening to me a couple of times. Something with the way we installed our software or something. This was years ago, but I'd write a big freaking document, and it fucking disappeared, just gone. And I'm like, what
So
the, like, what? But I wrote the next one in half the time, and it was twice as good,
yeah,
So sometimes that organizing of thoughts and everything like that, it really does matter. And I mean, do you really want your musician that you adore and buy all their stuff to be like, had that song planned out like 6 weeks before? And I'm
yeah,
going to write the first
that's
verse
it.
in
Yeah, that's it.
January,
The preparation, the practice, and all that stuff. Because then, like the lightning hits you, and you write the song in a minute. But you can't do
right?
that without the hours of practice and stuff. So
Well, it's like an epiphany. An epiphany
right,
doesn't just pop. It's a slow build to a pop.
right.
So yeah. So I like the pop part.
Yeah, same.
That's where it's really good. All right. Well, you should play us a song, and you should definitely come back and see us. I definitely
Absolutely.
would love to have you back. You've got another half a dozen songs you could play just from
Yeah,
that album. So that'll be fun. Would love for you to come back when you release the album together, all
yeah,
together. So that'll be fun too. And obviously, hopefully, to premiere the video. So
yeah. That's
what are
great.
we going to listen to?
So this is gonna be probably won't be released until I release the album. I don't think I'm gonna release it as a single, but it's the very last song that I wrote. Probably gonna be the very last song on the album, and it's called "This One's for Me." What do I want? I don't know it. All I know is how to say no, then give in. Is it my fault? I should feel guilty. Let the shame keep me quiet till it almost killed me. You don't deserve this song at all. This one's for me, baby, like it should have been all along. What did you want? Ooh, it haunts me. Easy your love turned to greed when it couldn't be. Everything I need, I'm feeling defeated. Every single heartbreak weighs so heavy now on the same mistakes that I've lost count. I don't deserve this song at all. This time's for me, baby, to make it right. Leave you wrong. And I've been running away from myself till I wanna say anyone else. Does it make a difference when you're running from yourself? What do I want? Time to answer. And I'd be scared when I find the words there. You don't deserve this song at all. You don't deserve this song at all. You don't deserve this song, but this one's for me, baby. This one's for me, baby. Like it should have been all
Well, woohoo! Got to remember to get those buttons pushed. But you know what? I didn't technically mute myself tonight and talk without unmuting, but it was close. Well, I got a second here because, man, we've been on an hour and a half. I should have done this a couple of times. I want to give a big shout out to Scooch Cases for their lovely endorsement of my program by letting me endorse their products. So that is the Scooch case for the iPhone. What one? I think that's a 12. And then we've got the screensaver and a couple other things. But what I want to say about Scooch is, and it's Scooch Case, SCOOCH. Boy, if I had somebody working here in the background with me, that would be helpful. Scoochcase.com, and they're good cases. I gave one to a friend, Lindsay, and a mom, and I looked at her previous case, and I'm like, yeah, you need a new case. That that one's been through a lot, and so she really likes it, and she really likes the little feature with where you don't have to have one of those little pop things. You can pop up the little thing on the back and hold it in
Oh,
your
yeah.
fingers and use it as a stand and everything. It's nice. It's a great little thing. So, Scooch, Case, thank you. And we'll mention you more, I promise. And pay some other bills. Thank you, Demetra, for the monthly sponsorship. You guys can all do that for me. That would be great. And also, you can give us some awards. You can go to Georgia's Instagram,
Yeah, I could
which,
send that
yeah,
too.
you could send that out again. And just do it one more time, but you have to
Oh,
unlock
I
the
see.
lock
Unlock.
and follow her. Stay tuned for her album. It will, and we'll definitely mention it here. If you have, how do you say your last name again?
Feroce.
Feroce. I'll never remember. I'm terrible at names. Feroce. If you like her music and you've got some industry connections, hook her up. Come on, folks.
Yeah.
Get it done. She's, she's ready, and she'd be awesome. So, and you never know who's watching might know somebody who's got some good connections. So, last thing, I need somebody to help me out around here a little bit. We can talk equity and equity. So it's like a startup, if it works, you'll get paid. But in reality, I could really use some help. Now, where I would really like some help, though, is in our greater mission of RevMacLive, which is to bring Black and brown people, marginalized people from marginalized communities, to the forefront of the program. So instead of, me talking to Georgia or Darian or Kelly or anybody that is already, established, like Chris or people even higher than that, I guess. Everybody that we can interview that can kind of move us up the ladder of the next, more connected, more known person gives us the ability to put folks like Olivia Robinson that was on recently, not that recently, actually, a chance to get out there and talk about what she's trying to do in the Black community to keep monies and resources there. So that's the main driver. I'm always transparent about it. First and foremost, I need to make coin. I need to make bank. I need money. But after that, the mission really is to help bring people of color, to the platform and to the exposure. And then the deeper than that, further down, is doing it with journalists. Awesome, Kizzy. Okay, cool. All right. Well, thank you. That's awesome. Deeper than that is helping young journalists do some work here too. So I am friends with Marianne Okan, and Marianne is the first woman in the history of Nigeria to have her own political TV show, and she's not a co-host. She's not a sidekick. She's the host, and nobody else is on the show. I mean, it's fucking 2021, but in Nigeria, it's freaking 1960, or it was. Not that America's necessarily any better, but she's awesome. So I'm going to do some work with folks in Africa too, and start to talk about that. So when you're supporting and sponsoring me, if you're helping me get a corporate client like Scooch to cover the show, or hopefully Gator Frameworks here, I'm trying to talk these guys into giving us a little cash because they got great products and I'd love to endorse them. You're doing something more than just putting money in my pocket. You're going to be paying the salary of other people, and you're going to help our production company go, that we can do stuff with Georgia, and then use some of that money to again amplify the impact of everybody's journey. So yeah, that was a long Bills playing thing, but I didn't do it during the rest of the show. So Georgia, what's on your mind at the end, and then I'll have one more question for you.
Well, I'm going to send the link there, my Instagram again, so people can follow me there. I think that worked.
Yeah, let me try it.
Should.
It did.
It did? Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think I talked a lot. I think I talked a lot about what was on my mind during the show. Just, hustling and making music, doing what I love, and just trying to reach more people is the goal, because, it brings me joy, and just want to reach more people. And
well, when you tour with Chrissy Hine, Joan Jett,
yeah.
just remember me so I can get backstage.
All right, absolutely.
And I will happily carry your guitars. I know we'll have somebody else take care of them, but I'll carry your guitars for you if you would like. I will protect them with my life, and then I'll get to be backstage. So that'll be great. I can't wait for the tour. I really can't. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I think Joan still does, but I don't know for sure. But I think she does tour out there. So, all right. Well, that was just a joy, and it's been a couple of weeks since I've been doing this, and now I remember why I do it, because it's so fucking fun. And goodbye, everybody in the comments. Thank everybody for coming. Show everybody this video. Everybody this video. Give this woman an amazing amount of exposure out there. Oh, look at that. Hallelujah. Right there. I like that. I got that down now. Oh, I got to move it over a little. There we go. Thank you to your sister and your friends for coming by. Thank everybody for letting us do this show. We do have about 15 sponsors here on Haps, and about 3 or 4 who have pumped some money into the program in the last few weeks, and I appreciate it. So be healed, Rev. Hallelujah. Georgia, come back anytime. In fact,
thank you so much for having me. It was such a blast. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I'd love to come back and be a guest, maybe on your first Haps show, where you play out with a bunch of friends and host it yourself or something.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it then. All right, everybody, take care. I'll see you in just a second. Georgia, just stay here, and I will take us out here. Friday night we have, on Wednesday, next Wednesday, we have Olivia Ty. This Friday we have somebody. This is, attention, please, Kmart shoppers. Help the man in the recycled soda bottle. Check it in aisle 3 with his memory. So great to see all of you. Love you. We'll be back in a couple of days, and peace.